Further proceedings on the amendments are postponed. And now we move to consider amendment number 16, Van Dyne 2V1. For what purpose does the gentle lady from Texas seek recognition?
Introduce an amendment, Madam Chairman.
The gentle lady have an amendment at the desk. The clerk will report the amendment.
Amendment to the amendment in the
Without
nature.
objection, further reading of the amendment will be dispensed with. The gentlewoman is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. As the ranking member of the Oversight, Investigations, and Regulations Subcommittee, I am committed to ensuring that small business relief goes into the right hands, including making certain that SBA assistance goes to those who respect our laws. My amendment prohibits any small business administration funds from going to individuals who have assaulted a police officer. Additionally, this will prevent those who participated in a riot that destroys a small business from receiving funds. Rioters not only destroy the dreams of business owners, but also put officers in further harms when they are sent to restore peace. When our officers are not actively saving lives, they are working towards making our communities a better and safer place. Just yesterday, I sat down with law enforcement from all over the 24th district, and they shared with me that while they run to danger and others run for safety, too little is being done to protect the men and women who sacrifice for us. As law enforcement commits to protecting us, it's our job in Congress to support them. The easiest way to do this is by not rewarding those who actively look to hurt them. We need to continue to show our law enforcement that we have their back. And for that reason, I urge my colleagues to support this amendment. And the idea that was mentioned earlier, that for those of us who have worked with law enforcement, I was a city council, I was a mayor, I worked side by side with police officers for over 12 years. I supported them, I sat with them, I backed them, I worked with them on solutions. The notion that we did not support a very partisan bill that would have created a commission that was no more than a witch hunt has anything to do with whether or not we work with our police, support our police, I think is very offensive. And I would hope that our colleagues look over that and understand that we actually do have, a reason for being here and we do support our police. But I yield back the balance of my time. Thank you.
The gentle lady yields back. Do other members wish to be recognized on the amendment?
Madam Chair, this is Congressman Luke DeMar. I move to strike the last word.
The gentleman from Missouri is recognized to strike the last word for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much. I think it's very appropriate that if we're going to be allowing access to government taxpayer funds through the SBA, that we need to make sure that the people we're giving those dollars to are folks who are, number one, creditworthy, and number two, are people who are going to be good citizens and have shown by their actions that they are. If they're shown by their actions that they're not, we don't need to be in the business of supporting those folks. And I think that the gentlelady from Texas has got a good amendment here from the standpoint of, policing the actions of some of our citizens to be able to be accessing these funds. I think it's very appropriate. I certainly support her efforts. And with that, I urge adoption of the amendment and I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. Is there any further debate on the amendment? So I would like to recognize myself. I understand Ms. Van Dyne's emphasis on protecting our law enforcement officers, as well as the small businesses who suffer property damage as a result of civil unrest. However, the rule change proposed in this amendment is redundant and unnecessary, as SBA regulations on ineligible businesses 13 CFR 120.110N already prohibit SBA assistance from going to businesses with an associate who is incarcerated, on probation, on parole, or has been indicted for a felony. Therefore, I urge a no vote on this amendment. The question is on the amendment by the gentlewoman from Texas. I ask all members attending virtually to please unmute yourselves for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say no. No.
No.
In the opinion of the chair, the noes have it. The amendment is not agreed to.
Madam Chairwoman, I request a recorded vote.
The gentle lady has requested a recorded vote. A roll call vote is ordered pursuant to Committee Rule 13 and House Rule 11, Clause 2. Further proceedings on the amendment are postponed. And we move to consider amendment number 17.